Are you looking for inspiration for your next vacation? Not your typical vacation. We've got great tips for you today, and we are also going to bring you an inspiring entrepreneurial story. I am with Darley Newman. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
On this beautiful day here in New York. So you're the TV host of two travel shows. You have Travels with Darley and Equi-Trekking. You are a travel expert. You are an entrepreneur. You've built, and I'm going to quote Forbes, you've built a PBS travel empire on horseback. Not bad, huh? Tell us first how it all started.
Well, I have been running my own business for 10 years now, and I came up with an unusual idea to go horseback riding all around the world with local people, and that's the idea for Equi-Trekking. No one had ever done a show where they travel on horseback before.
Right, which is completely crazy because, I mean, it's kind of a dream job that you have here.
It is a dream job. I mean, it gets you out into nature, you can see beautiful places, and you know, you're with horses, which is, I think, a special way to travel. So Equi-Trekking has been a big success. Actually, it's aired in France and all over the world, on and over 85 nations. And then from that show, I've started another show called Travels with Darley, where I travel with locals and I discover great food, great culture, great adventure activities, and we showcase it for the world so they can go out and try some of the same adventures that we showcase.
And the latest season just went out on Amazon Prime, right?
We are on Amazon Prime now, which makes it accessible to the world. We're also doing video shorts for AOL and MSN. So we're trying to be multi-platform so people can watch us not only on PBS in the US, but all over the world.
Yes, and so now we want for you to take us behind the scene. What's it like to film a TV show? Because it really looks glamorous, at least when we watch you on TV. How is it really?
Well, it's not always glamorous, I would tell you.
You never seem tired, never jet lagged, never, I mean.
I try to roll with it, but I mean, we're doing a lot of adventure stuff. So we were just in the Côte d'Azur, we're biking in Nice, then we did e-biking. So that made it a little bit easier, very accessible. But you know, I'm often like sweating and running from one thing to the next.
So you have a glam team around you?
I
like, okay,
I have a glam team.
You don't need any glam team. What am I saying?
I've learned to do makeup. I've learned a lot of different things. I mean, being an entrepreneur, you kind of have to juggle a lot of different tasks. And being a producer, you do as well. And then when you travel, you just never know what's going to happen. But that's one of the fun things about exploring the world.
How do you pick up your destination?
Wow, I have like such a long list. But
no, because you've been doing that, you were saying, for 10 years, so you've been all over the world.
I've been everywhere from Botswana to Wyoming to Canada to South America, but you know, a lot of the places that we find are through locals.
Right.
So talking to folks like you, I would, you know, find out what places you're an expert on, and then I will catalog you, and you might hear from me down the road when I'm headed to an area you know about.
Right. So you've been to France, obviously.
Oh, love it.
Thank you, because this is a great promotion for us. You've done several episodes there.
We have.
I was saying like south of France, because you know, when you talk to an American, or usually, you know, what they think first is the Eiffel Tower, right? Thanks to you, we can see other locations. Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, one thing we like to do in our series is show people things that are unexpected, that they didn't know about, but that they should know about and that they would want to do. So we've actually been to France a couple times now and are planning to go back. But in the Côte d'Azur, we actually went in the off-season. We filmed there in December, which is a great time to go, especially for American travelers with shorter vacation time.
Oh, I know, yeah.
It's precious vacation time. This is a budget-friendly time to visit. We went skiing in the French Alps, which I thought was really cool. I love skiing down the slopes, and you're at a cheese shop.
Right.
Who doesn't love that, right? Yeah. But we've also been up into northeastern France, and it was, we timed it with a centenary. So we created 2 half hours where we took people to World War I sites so they could experience the history. Because, you know, by going to a destination and then seeing that place where the history has taken place, it really brings it to life. So we're having great adventures in France and the French Caribbean.
Yeah, because you went to Martinique, Guadeloupe.
Great rum tasting,
right.
Black sand beaches, traditional fishing. We've discovered Creole culture, and actually our Martinique episode just got nominated for a Caribbean Tourism Organization Award.
Yeah.
Thank you, for showcasing the culture, because what we try to do also is is show travelers all over the world something different and memorable. And there's so much of that in the French Caribbean, in Martinique and the Guadeloupe Islands.
Here in the US, you know, like I think it's easier to go now to Martinique and Guadeloupe. Actually, from New York, we have direct flights. But those destinations, they are not, you know, Americans are not really familiar with them, right?
Right, and there's so much, everything from the cuisine to, we snorkeled in the Jacques Cousteau Reserve. I mean, talk about some of the top travel experiences. Right. So we try to find those things and showcase them that, you know, you would want to do, that are accessible and that are relatively easy to do. And with the flights going from New York and, you know, various places in the U.S. that are actually really inexpensive right now to go down.
Oh, I know. It's sometimes great. Like cheaper to go there for a weekend than to stay here in New York. I mean, and I'm not even kidding. So I was not kidding in Forbes neither. You know, when we say like you've built a travel empire, because it's not just, and when I say just, it's already amazing to have TV shows the way you do. You also have built, thanks to your team, website platforms to help, to inspire travel agents, consumer. You give them tools to recreate your unique experiences.
We want to make it easy, both for consumers, because people are watching our show and they actually are going and recreating those experiences, which I love.
Right.
Because as you know, when you travel, you meet other cultures, it really opens your horizons. It opens up the world. So we've created resources on travelswithdarley.com and equitrekking.com where people can easily go online, travel agents as well. You can download the itineraries. You can see exactly where we went, the restaurant where we had that wonderful salad niçoise. You can kind of exactly see what we've done and then recreate it. And we know people are doing that, which I love. And we're working on events and doing a lot of social media, so really trying to be inspiring.
Yeah, do everywhere, social media, and even what you're using on your website. So you have 360. I love that. I was following you skiing with a 360 video. That was amazing.
That was quite the behind the scenes. I mean, so the 360 technology is new, but we're all about being innovative. I mean, this is my business. I want it to be growing. I want to be up in the times with all the technology. So we were actually skiing in Côte d'Azur, and I decided to ski down with the 360 camera, which was pretty cool. I'd never done it before. You really have to hold it in a pretty good position. I am not the best skier, so I was wondering.
Oh, you've done pretty good.
I was wondering how that was going to go, but managed to get down, and we do have a funny outtake.
Oh, yeah.
Of me trying to get back up to that.
So tell us, at times it must be challenging because you go in places, you know, like, first of all, you have the language, you know. You have like any funny, like unusual story to tell us about that?
You know, one thing that's great is, so we've worked a lot with Etude France here in New York. They've connected us with the different regions in France, with the offices there. So they've been really helpful in connecting us with the best locals.
Right.
Because as you know, to make a good show, you've got to get good people on camera, right?
That's true, yeah, absolutely.
So we found the best people in France, especially with our episodes on the Great War. Talk about telling stories that, you know, really resonate with people. That's what we've come across in France. So the language barrier hasn't been as much of an issue because we found these wonderful people that speak English really well. But I think, again, it's just so great for American viewers, for viewers all around the world to hear stories firsthand.
Sure.
So by being able to communicate, and I'm unfortunately not a great French speaker, or I would do the shows in French for you, but, you know, stories translate.
Right.
So.
Oh, no, absolutely. So would you have, like, you've been in contact with a few French people, so you know them. What advice would you tell them? Would you give them if they want to spend a little vacation here in the U.S.?
Oh, here in the U.S., my goodness. Well, there's so much to do in the U.S. We have great national parks, great national forests. I would say, you know, if you've never been, definitely come to New York City and Washington, D.C., but consider going out to the American West and taking a road trip. There are just so many, the Rocky Mountains. Route 66 is great. I mean, you have to come multiple times, and that's why, you know, I feel I have to go to France multiple times too, because there's so many great things in both of our countries that we can all share.
And what is amazing too is just not only you show us places, but you are always pairing them with activities. What is the craziest thing you tried? on the trip?
Wow. Okay. Well, I have to say, I did a fish pedicure in the Guadalupe
Oh,
Islands.
oh, I think I've seen that.
That might have been one of the craziest things I've done. It was really weird. I mean, it tickled a lot to have
What was the result, though? Was it good, though? You were happy with?
My feet felt pretty good after that.
Okay.
But the process itself was a little strange.
Any trends that you can see now?
Well, as you talked about experiences, experiential travel and feeling like you've traveled in a little bit of a deeper way is a trend that's happening right now. A lot of younger people are traveling and they want to feel like they've had a meaningful vacation.
Right.
So that's a big trend. But I think, again, by connecting with local people when you travel, that's a great way to feel more connected to the place and to have a deeper experience.
All right, for the summer, right? What is your recommendation?
For what?
To go this summer in vacation?
Oh, this summer.
Right.
Oh my God. US or France or both? Or anywhere?
Anywhere, you pick.
Anywhere, wow.
If you could pick France, no, I'm kidding. Anywhere, anywhere.
Actually, I would like to go back to the Côte d'Azur. I liked going there in the off season because it wasn't so crowded. But I would like to go back to Nice and hit your markets again because that antiques market, I could have spent a lot of time there and done a lot of damage.
And I think you're going to Bretagne
I will
for your next episode, right?
I will be going to Brittany. We're going to do a lot of cool outdoor adventures there, try some wonderful seafood. And I'm really excited because especially in the US, there hasn't been a great travel show done there in a very long time. So that's great for us. We can put it on Amazon Prime, on PBS, on all of these outlets and share these stories that people aren't getting to see.
Yeah, thank you. And thank you so much for this. How long does it take you? Because you have, what, 13 episodes by season?
We do.
Does it take a long time for you to wrap up a season?
So what we're filming now is going to go out in January of next year. Okay. So we're filming, throughout the fall basically, and we're going to do a special event this fall for France at the Smithsonian. I'll do a presentation of our Brittany episode, which is really cool. Okay. But yeah, it takes a while to produce everything. A half hour of content is actually, a lot.
Forever, yeah. Because
editing.
It's editing, it's like the right piece, the right moment, so it's like a lot of work. You have a big team with you?
Actually, when we travel for years, it's just been 4 of us.
Right.
We keep it lean and mean, I say.
That's
and
good.
I mean, especially when you're doing adventure activities. I mean, when you're biking somewhere or horseback riding, you got to get out there and go where nature takes you. So we keep it small, but we're all really talented, which is great. Our photographer has won multiple daytime Emmys for our series, which, he's wonderful. So we're a good team.
And you guys are doing a fantastic job. Thank you so much for coming to the NASDAQ on this wonderful day here in New York. Darley, so we can follow you on Amazon Prime, among all the other, and on your website, so Travels with Darley.
Travelswithdarley.com, yes.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.